Good morning, Pineville. Well, it's really nice to hear y'all this morning and talk to you guys this morning. Well, this is your usual Tuesday sports talk class at a ripe 8 a.m., but it's Thursday because finals are weird, and so now we have it at 8 a.m. instead of 2 p.m. In the studio with me today, it is the Kai Stone.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Today's the last show, so we're looking to go out with a banger.
Across the class, we have Dennis Williams.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Then we have the DeMarcus Fugett.
Good morning, good morning.
And then the one and only Carmen Taffi.
Hello.
And then you have me, little old Noel, on this side, controlling the board today for our final this morning. We started off a little rough, but we're going to get this thing going. So we're going to start off by updating you on this week's LC Wildcats Sports. Well, LCU now. I keep forgetting that LCU because I'm a LC/LCU student, in the middle of that name change there. Dennis, were you here for when we chose?
No, I wasn't here for that, but I do remember hearing about it when they did make the changeover. So
Okay, so DeMarcus was here, Carmen was here for the name change. Are you an LC student or just an LCU student?
Oh, LC student.
Okay, look at
Came when
him.
it was LC.
Perfect. Dennis, you're the odd man out. So, we're going to get into LC sports. All right, DeMarcus, how's basketball been looking?
Basketball been looking pretty rough for the boys. We're missing like half our team due to injuries, and we have a couple players coming back this week because they was ineligible the first semester. So we're really looking just to get the team back together and start playing really good. And for the girls, they've been looking pretty solid this year. Last year they had a very good season, but I feel this team is more passionate about the game of basketball, and it looks like they're out there playing harder, and that they really want to win.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Princess Golf for the women's team has really been making some light of her name. She earned herself her first RRAC Player of the Week award for LC in general, and that's her second Student of the Week award for LC Awards as well. So, Golf, she's a sophomore guard from Atlanta. She averaged 24 points, 72 total, and 8 rebounds, 24 total, 3 steals, and an assist per game while shooting 52% from the court. She's an LSUE transfer. She dropped 34 points, stole 5 passes, and brought down 5 boards. She has a video of her circulating right now of her hitting the buzzer beater against Texas A&M Texarkana. And, in the back of the video, all you see is Mr. DeMarcus over there stand up and start screaming. How did you feel in that moment? Can you take us there? Like, what was going on?
Well, right before that moment, the girls was up like, I believe 8 with 2 minutes left, and Texarkana girls came back and tied the game. And then literally 5 seconds before that shot, Princess had missed a layup to go up by 2 points with 5 seconds left, and she missed the layup. And she was pretty upset with herself, and everybody kept telling her to keep your head up, you're gonna get another chance at it. So literally right after she missed the layup, they called the timeout, and then that's when they came back out, and they got a steal, and he passed it to her, and she stepped up and she hit the shot. So in that moment, it was a big moment because it shows that if you mess up, don't put your head down. It's always gonna be another opportunity to show what you can do, and she stepped up and made that shot.
Yeah, I could definitely see she's definitely leading that women's basketball team, but it was really cool to see, because Texas A&M Texarkana is a powerhouse in every sport, but women's basketball is definitely one of them. Coming off, I believe they are the reigning champs of the RAC from last year. Pretty confident. And, you know, I was listening to the after game interview, and their coach said, I really think we should have won that game, but, you know, I don't think they should have. I definitely think the women's basketball team is, like you said, completely different from last year, and they're making a name for themselves, and I predict them. I see them in the finals, definitely behind, you know, second-year coach. But definitely Princess Golf putting up some points. Deja Tanks back there, and Nooney leading her team in that point guard position. But your male athlete of the week is Charles Jones. He's a graduate student from Detroit, Michigan. He dropped 22.5 points, grabbed 3.5 rebounds, and 1 assist. And shooting, he was 61.5% from the field and 72.7% from a distance. He had a perfect 5 for 5 showing on shots behind the arc at Texas A&M Texarkana. So Jones, I've seen him. He's been pretty dominant in that starting lineup for you guys, and y'all don't really have a fluid starting 5 yet, which just shows depth of y'all's roster in general. But Jones has made his way in there. You've kept yours since you got here. So can you tell me a little bit about Jones and how he is as a player?
When he's confident that he can make shots, and that's all the coaches had to do was instill confidence in him. Right now he is shooting the 3rd highest percentage in the nation from 3. So as long as he keep that confidence going, I feel that he could be one of the top shooters in the nation for sure.
Awesome. Y'all like that inside that we have right here? He's like our own little story. In other news, Coach Drew Maddox gets his 2nd Coach of the Year award this year. After the Wildcats had a really impressive 9-2 season, Coach Drew Maddox was selected as the AFCA and AIA Region 5 Coach of the Year, which, in my personal opinion, I think it was very well deserved. Great coach, great team. That's his 2nd Coach of the Year award, and last year he got Co-Coach of the Year. What do you think, Carmen, about his Coach of the Year accolade, in his program that he's building?
I mean, it's well deserved, like you said. I mean, he brought one of the coaches that brought this team from, like I said the other day, football wasn't a big thing when I came to this campus. And he has brought this team from, I don't want to say nothing, but because they were something, but something bigger. Because, they were 9-2. All of these boys put their hearts out on the field, and it's because of your coach. Like, if you have a good coach, you're going to want to play good. And that's what I think. But no, I think he deserves this award, and, it's his 2nd award, so it must say something.
Absolutely. I think that was very well said. I know I put you on the spot over there, but I felt confident. You speak from the heart, and it's always really good. But, all right, let's get into some bigger college football. Alabama beats Georgia 27-24, and I know we have a Elephant Stampede fan over there. So tell us a little bit about that, Dennis. Tell us about the big win for your team. You can't shake your head at me. It's your team. You've been claiming them all season. Me and Kai are very interested to hear.
My team is Ohio State, and they lost to Michigan. But
what do you mean? Your team's Ohio State?
I've been said that all year.
All year? What do you mean?
I've been clamoring for Alabama because I don't like LSU. That's the only reason why I go so hard on Alabama. But that Georgia game, I can't really say I'm surprised because I kind of was rooted for Alabama to win that game. And I felt like Alabama, would be the same story that it would be all these other years. Alabama goes in, you beat the number 1 team, insert yourself into the college football playoff. Jalen Milroe looked like how he's looked all season. He looked confident in his throws. He could get outside of the pocket whenever he needed to. Receivers were catching everything that they needed to catch. Defense got stops when they needed to. It just seemed like this seemed like the Alabama of old that we are used to seeing. And it was more of a team effort instead of just, has been the past few years with Bryce Young just kind of carrying the load for Alabama. So it's a great team win, and I can't wait to see what they do in the college football playoff.
I don't want to see what they do in the college football playoffs, but that's my personal opinion.
Yeah, it's really debatable.
But I mean, I'd rather them be in there than no SEC team at all. So
it's understandable.
Why are you shaking why are you shaking your head at me? I mean, someone has to. The SEC is a powerhouse. You have to. At least one team has to be in there.
Not really. I mean, everybody talks about the SEC being a powerhouse, but this past year they're 5-7 against other conferences. So, how can you say that they're a powerhouse, but they're 5-7 against every other conference?
I mean, because Alabama did lose to Texas.
I honestly don't think that they're a powerhouse like everybody thinks. And Florida State is the first Power 5 school to be undefeated Power 5 school that's left out of the college playoffs. So I feel like Alabama shouldn't have been there.
This is a conference
I think
champion.
we struck a nerve this morning, Kai. Look at him.
I agree. This is the controversial part of this. There's controversy going in college sports right now. Alabama gets into the playoffs and Florida State doesn't get in, despite being undefeated throughout the whole season, defeating teams like LSU, blowing them out against a Heisman, the notable Heisman winner in Jaden Daniels. Florida State has been consistent all year. They have beaten teams. They've won all season. But their starting quarterback got hurt towards the end, Jordan Travis. He got injured near the end of the season. And I guess from that perspective, they don't have their full team. So I guess whoever makes the playoffs decided that they won't be able to get in, despite them being consistent all year, despite them being undefeated. I think they're robbed. I personally think they're robbed. There's just no way. An undefeated team that wins all year, that beats tough teams, the same teams that Alabama played and stuff like that, and dominant, just because they lost their starting quarterback. Yeah, I think they're robbed.
I don't think they were robbed. But what were you saying, Dennis?
They lost their first string and second string quarterback. Their second string quarterback, he's no slouch either in his own right. If you look at the games that Florida State played after Jordan Travis got hurt, that was the Florida and the Louisville game. At Florida, the starting quarterback for that game, he got injured. Tate Rodemaker, he got injured. He got a concussion, so he couldn't play the very next game against Louisville. And at Louisville, it just wasn't the same. It just didn't look the same. The Florida State team just didn't look the same at all because they more relied on their run game and their defense, and that's not how Florida State's been winning their games all year. So it would have been completely different if they had gotten to the college football playoff.
I mean, I'm just speaking from the perspective of being a player. You're not judged off of potential like when you're having your full team, You're not judged off of, all that. They've performed. Despite all that, they're still undefeated.
Right.
Florida State, they've been practiced like every other team, like Alabama. They've been fighting all year. They've had players, seniors, put their blood, sweat, and tears to be in the position that they're in. And, just an injury or two, I know a quarterback is the most important position. It is the leader of the team. But, you're telling me that there's seniors that lose the opportunity of going to the college football playoffs. Not a lot of people can say that. And I feel like they have a hands-on case to get in. I just feel like they're robbed of that opportunity.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough.
I just, with Florida State, I understand your point. I get it. As a retired athlete myself, I get it. Getting things taken away from you, COVID completely took freshman season away. COVID completely took away people's senior years. Like, I understand things getting taken away, but if you look at it, and, you know, I do have both their schedules. Alabama did play a harder of a season than Florida State did, and I don't say that, you know, it's fair that they didn't make it into college playoffs, but you have to look at it from a money standpoint. The committee's not going to do another TCU meets Georgia game where you get blown out, completely blown out. You're supposed to have the best of the best teams, and even though they went undefeated, I don't think their schedule was nearly as hard as some other teams considered. Now, I don't think they don't deserve to not go, but I think from the committee standpoint, they had to do what is going to make them money and what's going to be a good game, what's going to watch. Because as soon as TCU started blowing out, I put money on it that their views went down, like ratings went down, everything.
Right.
So everything's a money game, and it's really sad to see that, like, you know, these players and these athletes don't get to play it, but it's a money game, and what's going to bring them in the most money is what's going to happen. And, you know, Florida State almost lost to ULM, and that's not even a huge D1. They won by 1 point. So, but yeah, but I definitely agree with what y'all are saying, you know, about these seniors are being robbed and everything. I understand from that standpoint, but from the committee standpoint, I definitely see that they're going to put something up there that gets some money.
Now, the telling argument is going to be how, because the next game that Florida State plays is against Georgia. So they come out there and beat Georgia.
That'll say something.
With their third-string quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, the committee
that'll be the biggest.
Right.
And then they can go out there and say, like, everything, you didn't think we were good enough, so.
And we just beat Georgia. So.
Yeah, the number one team was, and they just come around and beat them. Yeah. I agree.
All right. Tell us, Dennis, who's going to win the playoffs? Let's manifest.
Guys, after much
consideration
and much research, it's hard for me to say this as someone who is a diehard Ohio State fan. Michigan is going to win the national championship.
What?
Michigan is winning the national championship.
So can you give me some evidence, some proof of this?
Yeah, I got you. So, strength of schedule, you look at, they dominated everybody. They faced some really tough competition. Probably not up to Alabama level, not SEC level at all, obviously, but you have the defense that's shutting down anybody in the country. Like, this is ridiculous how that defense is just matching up with teams. And I look at teams like the Washington, and I'm just like, okay, you got the quarterback, you have this, you have that. Well, okay, besides Michael Penix and your offense, can your defense hold up to Michigan? Can your defense stop Michigan in order for you to win the game? You know, and I don't think they have the defense for it. Texas, I feel like it's going to be Texas versus Michigan in the national championship.
Wow, that's a bold statement.
Because when Quinn Ewers is on the field, Quinn Ewers is dominant. Like, Quinn Ewers is a very good quarterback. If he wasn't injured early in the season, then I believe he would have he would definitely be in the Heisman race in my opinion. But I don't know. I just feel like Michigan is just that much better. I just feel like Michigan is just that much better of an overall team than Texas. So, yeah, that's my argument.
Who you say was going to be in the college championship?
I said it was Michigan and Texas, and Washington and Texas play each other. So
you think Michigan going to beat Alabama?
Yes.
I don't think DeMarcus has faith in your math. He's saying math ain't mathing over there, Dennis. He's not good yet. Also, since you're a newcomer outer against for Ohio State, that I've never heard this entire year.
Yeah, I've just been quiet about it. It's just.
Are you not proud of your team?
No, because this whole year, because it's like this is the same thing that happens with Ohio State for the past like 4 years. Like they'll play really, really good, and then you get up to play a Penn State, Purdue, Michigan, and they just fumble the bag every time. So it's like, bro, great team. We're 11-1, but just kind of fumble the bag every year. So.
Well, I could kind of see that because you're so big on C.J. Stroud. I can see
That's
that.
Crazy.
Yeah. I can tell. That makes sense.
Hey,
You ain't lying.
C.J. Stroud, Justin Fields. Hey.
All right. So big thing that happened a few days ago, the transfer portal opens. This is going to allow football mostly. This is football and basketball get the most headline for the transfer portal. And if you're confused on what the transfer portal is, the transfer portal is a database that if a player is not wanting to stay at the university or college that they're at, they have the opportunity to go see their coach or their compliance office and say, I want to look into the opportunity of transferring and entering the portal. This portal is where your name gets into a list of 1,000 names where coaches can go and handpick, contact you, and hopefully you find a new home where you, I guess, get a better opportunity. For whatever reason, people are leaving. There's many different reasons. Players enter the transfer portal. But the big thing right now is it has officially opened for football and basketball. And, you see players come and go, leave, especially on this level at LC. You see a lot of people enter the transfer portal, or we get a lot of people who went to different schools and they come here. A lot of teams are built on those transfer roles. And just to talk about how hard it is to come in as a transfer, you have your JUCO bandits. I call them, that's what we call them in softball. I don't know if y'all call them JUCO bandits in football or basketball. But we have our JUCO bandits that come in, they go to that 2-year school and then they transfer over to that 4-year school. But you can transfer at any time as long as you have eligibility into the season. There's rules that come in with different sports and different things. But I know personally from, my friends who have transferred, it's hard on transfers. You're going into a brand new place. The coach picked you out of a list. Y'all made an agreement, and so I know it's a little bit harder for transfers because you're walking into a program. It's not like freshmen where you just walk in and you're ignorant to the world because you don't know anything. You don't know any better. You don't know what you're doing, and you just start off. You're either really good or really bad your freshman year. That's your growing year. Transfers, they walk in and they don't know what they're walking into. They don't know what's going and they're fighting for a spot against people who have been there for one amount of years. So you'll definitely see some interesting names pop up, and they can enter the transfer portal anytime now that it's open. You might see somebody switch over, like Haley Van Lith enter the transfer portal right 2 weeks after the national championship. And, she said that it wasn't because they won the national championship. She just, she wanted to see what she could do her final year. So definitely that's going to put some added spice to what we already have that is heated in college football, college basketball world. But, let's move on to some NFL football. This is Carmen's favorite topic is the NFL because, her and her Cowboys over there. But Carmen, can you tell us what NFL looked like this past week?
Well, we had some interesting games. I'll just give you a rundown of the scores.
Perfect. Thank you.
Cowboys beat the Seahawks 41-35.
Did y'all
Actually,
notice that that's at the top of the
really
list
good
this
game.
week?
Huh?
Y'all noticed that she put her Cowboys at the top of the list this week?
It's just how it fell.
Oh.
They played first in the. I think they played on Sunday night.
Thursday.
They played Thursday, so they were first in the lineup for scores.
Okay.
And then the Colts beat the Titans 31-28. Falcons beat the Jets 13-8. Lions beat the Saints 33-28. Texas beat the Broncos 22-17. Now this next game is. I don't even think they should have wasted airtime with this game. The Chargers beat the Patriots 6-0.
Oh, I didn't see that game.
Yeah, the whole game was just like I was sitting there watching it and I'm like, what is going on? Like nothing was happening. And then the Cardinals beat the Steelers 24-10. Dolphins beat the Commanders 45-15.
Yes, they did.
Buccaneers beat because it's Noel's new team.
Not new. I just like Mike McDaniel.
Buccaneers beat the Panthers 21-18. 49ers.
Bandwagon. Kai said I was on the bandwagon with the Dolphins. None of y'all are on the Mike McDaniel train. I'm on the Mike McDaniel train. You might not be, but I am. That's not a
like
bandwagon.
Mike McDaniel. I respect
Thank
Mike
you. He's funny.
And this next game was pretty interesting. 49ers beat the Eagles 36-19. And we've seen from day one the Eagles just knock everyone out of the park with their games. And they lose to a team like the 49ers that bad to where it's 42-19.
Same thing with the Cowboys. They beat the Cowboys 49-14.
But that's not even in the question. We're talking about the Eagles.
I mean, 49ers that good. They really are that
Did
good.
you not see how good Brock Purdy? Man, Brock Purdy had 300 yards for 4 touchdowns. Hey. And Christian McCaffrey went off. I mean, hey. They're like Super Bowl contenders to me. I'm just saying.
49ers to the Super Bowl?
49ers to Super Bowl, yeah.
I doubt it.
49ers to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Oh.
This guy.
Carmen
I
said
doubt
her Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. That's why.
No, my Cowboys aren't making it to the Super Bowl. I know that for sure.
Hey, she knows.
But I don't think the 49ers will be making it to the Super Bowl. The Rams beat the Browns 36-19. Ouch. Packers beat the Chiefs 27-19, and Bengals beat the Jaguars 34-31 with their new coach, Burrow.
Period. It sounds even better, Coach Burrow. Just puts a warm feeling in your tummy. All right, let's look at this upcoming week's schedule. Tell me who you think is going to win. Patriots versus the Steelers.
Steelers.
I don't even care about that game. It's going to be another 6-0 game.
You got the Texans versus the Jets.
Texans.
Texans for sure.
Wow. You're just betraying your team?
That's not his team anymore. Once Aaron Rodgers comes back,
He'll be a Jets
good
fan.
and healthy,
again.
he'll be back to a Jets fan.
Okay, so I don't want to hear anything else about Mike McDaniel. Thank you. All right. Rams versus Ravens.
Rams.
Ooh, controversy. Panthers versus Saints.
Panthers.
Oh, did that hurt, DeMarcus?
Not really.
Hey, how do you feel that they were booing Derek Carr out of the building against the Lions?
I was booing them too.
He sucks. All respect.
Hey,
he doesn't suck,
put
but
James
he
Winston
just
back in.
had
No.
a terrible game.
Do not put Jameis Winston back in.
Taysom Hill.
No, we'll stick with Derek Carr.
That's crazy.
All right, we have the Colts versus the Bengals.
Colts.
Bengals.
Give me the
Bengals.
Bengals, man. Jake Browning, man. I like this guy.
All right, we've got the Buccaneers versus the Falcons.
Buccaneers.
What you think, Kai?
And Baker we trust.
Falcons.
Falcons. Jaguars versus the Browns.
Jaguars.
Cleveland.
For sure.
Jaguars.
That's haters, man.
We've got the Lions and Bears. Oh, my.
Lions.
Give me the Lions.
Lions.
Okay. Seahawks versus 49ers.
49ers.
That's a blowout.
Vikings versus Raiders.
Vikings.
Vikings.
Broncos versus the Chargers.
Chargers.
Broncos.
Bills versus the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Bills.
I gotta go for T Swift's team, the Chiefs. Eagles versus the Cowboys. I'm gonna have to go Eagles.
Eagles.
Eagles by
my
20.
God.
And that's not out of spite. It's
Eagles
just
by
I'm
25.
yeah.
I just think Eagles the better team.
Well, Eagles lost last week. We didn't.
Y'all lost to the same team in the playoff. Y'all lost to them 3 times in a row.
And y'all did lose to the. Didn't they lose to the Eagles already?
Dun,
Yeah, we did.
dun. Hey, at least she's humble about it.
No,
She said, "Yeah, we did."
Oh,
I like that,
thanks.
Carmen. Packers versus Giants.
Packers.
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 And then Titans versus the Dolphins. I got the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Titans.
All right, well, that's that week in the NFL. We're going to head on over back to women's basketball. You know, we touched on that a little bit with some hometown. Why are you looking at me crazy?
Well, we had other NFL.
No, I didn't. I said them all.
All
the
sports news?
Oh, I thought you were talking about... I was like... No, I just read off like 20 teams.
Oh, no.
Okay,
I
we
just don't know
won't
if we
skip
wanted
on
to
over to
flip-flop around the
college
sports
basketball.
news or just go from NFL to NFL.
Okay, well, we'll head down. I was going in the list that I was sent to by my supervisor. You, Carmen Taffi.
Well, normally when... Never mind.
Okay. So, anyways, back to the NFL. We have Giants quarterback Daniel Jones says knee surgery was limited to his ACL. Nobody a Giants fan? Not me. I'm personally not a Giants fan. I have no idea who that is.
Danny Dimes, man. So,
Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence making progress towards hopefully playing at the Browns on Sunday, so he can beat Dennis's team.
that's crazy.
Well,
Still gonna
didn't
be-
he come from Ohio State? Trevor Lawrence?
No, he came from Clemson.
Clemson?
Yeah.
Why did I think he was?
No, he looks like an Ohio State quarterback, but he came from Clemson.
I don't know why, but in my head, that makes 10 times more sense. But I don't know why who came from Ohio State?
Justin Fields, C.J. Stroud.
I don't know. I guess I just drew a blank there. Anyways, disregard that from the nobody listened to what I said. There's a cool video. Trevor Lawrence, when he went down the other day, Bengals player knelt down right next to him and just started praying for him. And
Trey
anybody saw
Hendrickson.
it? Did y'all see it?
Yeah.
Did you see it? It was really cool. Well, not cool that he got hurt, but it was really nice to see that, person on another team did that. Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy out with appendicitis, expects to be on the sidelines against the Eagles. General can't go down.
Yeah, we didn't have our coach last game.
Is that why you're saying? Oh wait, y'all won, didn't y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all won. Sorry. The 49-15 thing threw me off. That DeMarcus was saying. Anyways, oh look, your general leaves and you still win. Look at y'all, powerhouse over there. Go Carmen, go Carmen. All right, am I allowed to go to women's basketball now, or?
Yeah, I just didn't know if we wanted to skip around because normally we talk like college and then we go college sports.
I got you. No, I definitely understand. I did skip around on accident. All right, Carmen, tell me about women's basketball.
So normally on here we talk about LSU and Kim Mulkey and Angel Reese, but Caitlin Clark surpasses 3,000 points on a historical night. It said history was made in the third quarter of the number 4 Iowa Hawkeyes 67-58 win over the Iowa State Cyclones on Wednesday night. Hawkeyes guard Caitlin Clark became the 15th player in Division I women's basketball history to reach 3,000 points. She reached the milestone in just 110 games, the second fastest among the 15 women behind Mississippi Valley State Patricia Hoskins. I think that's how you pronounce her name. So, when I think about that, Angel Reese had to sit out, and now Caitlin Clark is now the 15th player in the Division I women's basketball history to reach 3,000 points.
I definitely think it's a great accolade for her. She's an amazing player, very aggressive player, very humble player as well. A video actually came out the other day of her telling the ref she went to go make a layup and she got fouled, and the ref called the foul and she was yelling at him and she said, "Don't call that." She was very upset that that got called in the middle of her, movement, whatever you want to call it. I'm not too keen on my basketball terminology, as y'all know. But Caitlin Clark, name of the player, think she's going to be great in the WNBA. What do y'all think? Y'all think she's going to, put some pressure, apply pressure in the WNBA?
Absolutely. Her game is very good. She can shoot the rock, and in basketball today, shooting the basketball is just really prioritizing the game. So I believe she'll dominate because not only that's her game, but I think she will.
Yeah, she's on pace to shatter any scoring records that stands in her way this year. Is when she goes to the WNBA, like, it's gonna be trouble. It's going to be, like, she's gonna be like once in a generation type when she gets to the WNBA. So, and hopefully when her and Angel Reese get to the next level, it changes a lot of things in the dynamics of women's basketball. More marketing, more endorsements.
Oh, absolutely.
Stuff like that. So,
Do they play again against each other this year?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I wish they did.
Because I was about to ask, how do you see that playing out for Angel Reese, who sat out for a few games, and then Caitlin doing this? But if they don't play against each other, then it don't matter.
Well, I don't really think Angel Reese sitting out, it wasn't that she never stopped working. That was just a locker room, she got punished, kind of thing to get her head back in the game. Just because, she wasn't seeing live action, definitely going from not seeing live action doesn't help you in the game, but she kept working. She wasn't put behind, and it wasn't because she was performing bad, because, I think Reese hit 1,000 points the other day at her game.
Yeah,
she was, and she wasn't mad about the situation either, so, but I think, like you said, when her and Caitlin go to the WNBA, they're going to add marketing, and more people are going to watch the WNBA, which is amazing for women's sports, and WNBA in general. Get them some love, get them some more fans, because those women work just as hard and deserve, a full stadium applause, and I'm excited to see what they're doing in women's sports. It's actually really cool.
Right.
Get on the train, bro. It's moving. It's pumping. Women's sports is going up there. We are moving. Isn't that right? Yes, it is. But on to the NBA, we have the Bucks versus the Pacers.
Oh yeah. Bucks versus the Pacers. I actually have the Pacers winning that game, and then the Lakers play the Pelicans, I believe. And I think the Lakers are going to win that game too. So in the final matchup of the in-season tournament, I feel it's going to be the Lakers versus the Pacers, and whoever wins that game, I believe each player gets $500,000. So,
did you just say the Bucks over the Pacers?
Pacers over the
Pacers over
Bucks.
the Bucks.
Did you say Pacers over the Bucks? No,
Yeah.
I said there. Did you think the Pacers gonna beat the Bucks?
Yes.
Are you insane?
How?
Kai, let me say this. I don't agree, but it's not far-fetched to believe that the Pacers
Have you
could
been
beat the
watching
Bucks.
how the Pacers been playing and how Tyrese Halliburton been playing?
I see that.
Have you seen how much these guys been scoring? These guys, they've been dropping like 150 like it's nothing. Like
I'm taking the Pacers over the Bucks.
You're insane.
Lakers beat the Suns, so I mean, can't be that
Facts.
insane.
No facts. Them boys undefeated against the Suns. Hey,
Just saying. But yeah, back to what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted.
that's crazy.
Kai is not happy.
I believe whatever team wins, each player get $500,000. I believe.
Yeah, $500,000.
So yeah, a lot of teams is taking the in-season tournament kind of serious because
Well, you can keep going.
A lot of teams, like half of the Pacers teams don't even make that a paycheck, like $500,000. So I believe that can change a lot of people's lives.
Wait, but that's it? It's just money? Like, there's no like standings for like playoffs? Like,
No.
or you
Nah,
know,
it's just money.
It's literally just money.
Yeah.
See that, and that's another thing that people been fussing about with this in-season tournament, because it's like if you're gonna do something like this, let it be for like a higher seed and like a draft pick or something like that. That's what I thought it was gonna be, like a higher pick in the lottery or something. But
it really wouldn't be fair anyway if it was like
Yeah.
that. But like, what?
That's
So just
true.
for money? That makes no sense.
yeah, it's just for
They
money.
trying to keep the regular season more competitive. So
Yeah, but they had clips of, they asked things like Giannis, Zion, and Brandon Ingram, and they were all like excited to receive that $500,000 that they were to win at the end of the day. So hey, they're competing for it, and it's like a playoff atmosphere, especially this last Lakers game. It felt like a playoff atmosphere in that building. So we shall see.
Ways to make money, you know. They got to keep it interesting, like DeMarcus was saying, you know. It's really hard. You can't change how playoffs are going to end up. It has to be the same every year, otherwise, you know, people are going to get angry. You can't switch around, you know, the politics of the drafts and everything. So they want to bring money into it. That's how you're going to get the views. That's how you're going to get them to play hard. $500,000 is a lot of money, and like DeMarcus was saying, that is life-changing money. If I had $500,000, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't think y'all would see me again. I'd be somewhere in a cabin in Alaska somewhere. Y'all would not catch me, find me, maybe in Montana. So,
$500,000, I'd be straight.
but that's per person on that team. Holy crap.
and you have to think about like the players that's on the bench that's making a league minimum of maybe $1 million. So that's half of what they're making in a whole year.
Oh,
They
yeah.
getting that in a couple months.
And I would happily sit my butt on the
On
bench
that
and be a
bench.
cheerleader. Go team! Wait,
be a crash dummy in practice.
exactly.
Straight.
I'll take it just for the 500,000. Yes, sir. All right. Well, I guess we'll finish it up here with LeBron. Has a little bit to do about college. Not college. Why did I say college? LeBron has not been in college for a long time.
He never went to college.
Oh. I knew that.
Yeah,
Y'all,
he
today
was
is not
just
my
18.
day. I want y'all to know that today is just not my day. I literally had 6 hours of sleep. And if I don't get 8, the required 8, I am a crazy woman. But LeBron James spoke out after the University of Las Vegas shooting, saying it makes no sense. Which, if you don't know what happened yesterday, there was another college shooting that happened on the University of Las Vegas's campus, and the difference this time was it wasn't a student, it was a college professor, and that makes it even 10 times scarier because, you know, the person, you know, who's there, you know, to teach you, to get you there, turns around, and it's just a scary, it's all a scary thing. But I think it's definitely something that us as college students should talk about. You know, he obviously has feelings towards it, we have feelings towards, but if you didn't know, that was the 80th shooting in the US this year. So the 80th school shooting this year, and of those 51 shootings, they have been reported on K-12 campuses and 29 on university and college campuses. So
It actually, he wasn't a professor at the school.
oh
It said the shooter who killed 3 people Wednesday at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas was a 67-year-old career college professor who may have applied for a job at the university but not been hired, law enforcement source told CNN.
Got you. So it wasn't the professor. Okay, but it was a professor. LeBron says the ability to get a gun, the ability to do these things over and over and over, and there has been no change is literally ridiculous. And, you know, LeBron James is a father, so, you know, that he takes into account, you know, he's scared, you know. Everyone's scared, and it's scary now. We have to have active shooter drills and things come on our campus all the time, but, you know, he's directly affected by it. He says it makes no sense that we continue to lose innocent lives on campuses, on schools, at shooting markets, in movie theaters, all types of stuff. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous in the fact that we haven't changed anything. It's actually been a lot easier to be able to own a firearm. It's stupid, he added. 3 people were killed and another were critically wounded. So the gunman was later shot and killed in the encounter with university police, according to authorities. So just wanted to touch on this just because, you know, LeBron, you know, he did speak out about it. You know, if a big public figure, it's not only just affecting us, it's affecting them. And I think it's important for us to talk about because we are college students and this is our everyday lives. This has become, it's sad, but it's become a normalcy that we have to do these drills. You know, these little kids are going to school and they don't know what's going on. You know, they don't know that somebody could just be having a bad day and someone might say the wrong thing and it might take them off to the place where they think that, you know, they have to take other people's lives, you know, to get there. But, you know, you just have to pray for the people and hope that, you know, peace comes and, you know, the people who are feeling that way find some hope and, you know, they don't have that anger anymore and feel that they need to use that anger in that kind of way. But it is sad that us as college students have to feel like that. Anybody else? I know it's a crazy topic to speak on, but I just felt it was important. But that's going to wrap up our show, you know, showing the importance of those kinds of things. You know, they're sad, and, you know, prayers, love, thoughts out to those who are affected by it. But for the final time this semester for our Tuesday sports talk show that was on Thursday today, Kai?
It's been a pleasure, y'all. Had a great time this semester, and it was fun hating on Carmen's Cowboys, hating on Dennis's Browns, and DeMarcus's Lakers, and your Bengals. So it was kind of funny hating on all y'all's teams, even though I don't claim a team.
Dennis?
Well, time to say goodbye. I see. It was fun. This was more fun than I thought it would be. So, had a great time all semester long, and go Bama, roll Tide.
Ew. Anyways, you know that was really sweet until you cussed at the end. DeMarcus?
I had way more fun than I thought I was going to have.
Wow.
Yeah, that's about it. Nice talking to y'all.
Carmen?
I'll be glad I'm not getting any of the disrespect anymore. Or the screaming. But it's been fun. Bye.
Oh, how sweet. Yeah, it has been fun. Maybe Kai and I might come on the air maybe next semester once or twice. I don't know. Probably not. Dennis, you still have some more air time. You've got your toes in the sand. Time to jump in the water now, Dennis. Take flight. DeMarcus, you might have a little more time. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. I know Dennis does. Carmen? Kai? It's our last time. Bittersweet?
No.
What do you mean? Carmen didn't like the bullying, but the bullying loved Carmen. Ain't that right, Carmen? Anyways, all right. For the Wildcats Media Sports Talk Show for one final time this semester, I'm Noel Schonhoff. Have a great week. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.